88.1 The Burg, your music central. You're in the backyard burn with your boy Shane Dog Peterson, and with me, as always, my good buddy Noah Annette. Noah, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty great. We're looking forward to, after this, to watch some more of The Masked Singer, my dad's new favorite show.
The Masked Singer.
Yeah, he has fallen attached to the characters of the show. It's not like that he cares who's underneath as much. It's that I think he actually cares about the silly little costume that they're wearing more than anything else.
Well, from my understanding, the costumes are kind of like completely random. They do it to hide the identity, or is there like some structure idea behind the costumes? Do they explain like what the costumes are? Because I only know one person that's been on The Masked Singer, and probably shouldn't be a big spoiler, but it was Tony Hawk, and I'm a big Tony Hawk guy, so I saw a video of him dressed up as like an elephant, and I did not get the like correlation. Is there any correlation?
So it's supposed to be a really, really vague hint towards something in their life, but like nothing like the average person wouldn't like get it, but you could get it. Like it's a really distant clue, but I was getting pretty heated because sometimes you're genuinely surprised by who it is, and sometimes it's so obvious it's just like, okay, get them off the show, I already know who you are, but last night I was pretty dang certain it was going to be one person, and like we're not caught up or anything, we're like going through the reruns, and it definitely was not the person I thought it was, and I was just like, oh my goodness.
I think that's one of the big things when I see some of like the highlights and some of the short video clips of the people that get like, shown who their true identity is. I think 100% of the time, nobody ever gets it right. Has anybody ever gotten it?
Yeah, there's some where you're just like, oh, that was so easy, and like even the judges get it pretty quick, but the one last night, no, no, like we were all on the right track. Because like it was like a comedian that had ties to Seattle. Those were some of the clues, but that was pretty much the big two little dealies were like a comedian who has ties to Seattle, and the other stuff was like stuff you wouldn't know about that person in general unless you actually like personally knew the person.
Is that Well, with those two hints, is that Joel McHale, the dude who played football at UW?
See, everyone was guessing that, and that's
Really?
who I was dead set on thinking it was.
Well, great minds think alike, Noah, because that would have been my first guess.
But it wasn't, and I was so thrown.
88.1 The Burg, your music central. You are still in the backyard burn with your two favorite cats and kittens, your boy Shane Dog and Mr. Noah Annette. Noah, you're not going to believe this, dude. We're getting some foot traffic on social media.
I know, I can't even, like, you mentioned it a little bit, and I'm still like, why?
I'm excited. The people are liking what they're hearing. I would like to give a shout out to Megan Stentz, an Ellensburg local. She sent in pictures of her dogs, and we're going to get to those a little bit later, but she also sent me an article from National Geographic that we got to talk about a little bit because I think this is some wild stuff. So, Noah, did you know that Canada has a pig problem right now?
Well, after we got the article, I did once you told me about it. But other than that, no clue about the problems. But the thing that just blew my mind about just kind of looking at the article and everything is that they're having pigloos from these giant pigs.
So let me explain the story to you guys a little bit. We'll backtrack here a little bit more. So in the late 1980s and early 1990s, a lot of farmers in rural Western Canada bought wild boars from Europe, which are big, giant, crazy, mean-looking pigs, and bought them for meat. They taste really good. So they bought them, put them in cages, but a big problem is that wild boars are escape artists and they're mean. So they were able to dig out and get underneath these fences. And ever since they've all been kind of living out in the wild, they've been feral. They've kind of recreated. They really reproduce really fast, kind of like rabbits. You'd be surprised how fast pigs can really just like pump out the numbers. But they have grown in size and in population so much that basically they've been starting to basically go in and breed with domestic pigs. And domestic pigs are big, fat pigs that we see all the time, that we eat and we see at the grocery store. So you take these giant, wild, crazy hogs, mix them with a big, fat hog that has a bunch of genetics worked into it, and they've been creating these pigs that can get over 600 pounds. 600 pounds. And they just have so many of them. They're just rolling around everywhere, and they're causing problems like tearing up golf courses, doing all this damage. And they're making igloos. Like, you can't even fight them. They're even building little houses inside the snow. You can't even see them. And they're 600 pounds. Imagine stepping on a pig glue and you have one of those mean little buggers coming out and trying to get you.
Yeah, Shane, it's a Planet of the Apes situation, where you start messing with the biomes and everything just goes and becomes a complete mess. I mean, you got the pigs that are evolving into super pigs. Like, they're like if the Hulk was a pig is kind of how I'm thinking of it right now. Like the Incredible Hulk pigs, and they're just walking around, maybe some super mutants, like you could look at like Ninja Turtles or something like that. There's just like a lot of different variances of what this situation is. But there are some giant pigs going around that are, they're dangerous because they're using the weight of your average, like you were saying, of your average pig, like your regular, pot-bellied pig. And then now you have the wild boar aspect, and they got the big old tusks, and they're looking to hunt you down.
Yeah, well, the thing about the domestic pig, it's not even the potbellies. The boars probably wouldn't even mess with the potbellies. That's not what they're looking for. They get attracted to the big suckers that you see. But the thing that you're talking about with all this genetic mutation, I mean, if this keeps going on, who's not to say this is going to turn to Animal Farm and these pigs are going to start talking?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it is Animal Farm.
It's a wild one. That's when things are really going to start that's really going to start showing the end of times, is either when pigs start talking or if they fly. Who's to say? Back in the burn, you're here on 88.1 The Burg, your music central. It is Shane Dog Peterson, and as always, my trusty good friend, Mr. Noah Annette. Noah, do you know what time it is?
Well, right now we're getting into the hot part of the fire. It's getting really hot. And so you know what we're talking about? More pets. And we're going to look at the pet pictures that we got sent in on your Twitter account, Shane.
Yes, we actually have some people sending in some stuff. Again, shout out Megan Stentz. You gave us some good content today. We appreciate you. So you have two old hounds here. I only got name of one of them. I believe it's Odie. And these are some really beautiful looking hounds. I don't know what the front one is. He looks like he's maybe a little bit of a pit bull, a little Weimaraner maybe. And then you got the hairy dude in the back. I don't know what type of breed those are. No, are you good with the dog breeds?
No, I watch the dog show and like every year, and so I know like the breeds that are like the ones that are winning on the dog show, but that's about it.
Yeah, I like this picture. Those are some really good floppy ears in the front. You've got people who are listening to this on air. We got a picture of two hounds in full sprint. They're really acting like they're looking like they got something crazy going on. And they got their mouths open. They're having a good time. They're running around in the yard in the Ellensburg sun. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we got another picture of them also after, when they're big lounging on the couch, being some nice guys just hanging out.
Yeah, they're just relaxing, having a good time.
Those dogs kind of look like they're relaxing like Cookie does.
Yeah, well, Cookie's passed out probably 3/4 of the day, but yeah, like that's like Cookie if it was double in size.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Those are just big cookies. Beautiful, beautiful dogs. And thank you, Megan, again for sending in those dogs. And then we got another one sent in from our good friend, Kat. This looks like a sweet little hound right here. Look at that. Nice little black dog. Looks like it might be a little bit of a mixed breed. I'm not sure. But that is a cute little hound.
Yeah, I got some of the collar action going in there.
That's a vibrant collar. That collar gives that dog a little personality.
Yeah, and like I also like the angle the picture was taken at, distorting a bit of the background, really making sure the focus is on the dog.
Yeah, you can really tell that right. That dog's looking all nice and posed, got a cute little smile, but there's probably a little little treat right behind the camera. That's some of that action that they probably had to go to get some of those shots. That's how we get all the good pictures of my dogs. I got to stand there with a cookie and do a little dance and be like, hey, stand still, stand still. So I start snapping shots with my phone. That's how you get the best shots. You got to bribe them.
There has to be a treat in this one because, I mean, the tongue is sticking out like, oh, I'm so hungry. And it's
you can see in those eyes, it's like, are you going to give me that? Yeah, going to give me that?
Yeah, I know you're giving me that treat.
Well, absolutely. Kat, thank you, too, as well, for sending in a picture of your beautiful pet. I'm so thankful that all you guys have sent some stuff in. And I actually had something awesome happen yesterday. Elliot, could you please roll the film? My little dog, Bindi, jumped into the dishwasher yesterday. And while we were all getting ready to cook dinner, the dishwasher was steady open, and she just starts going in there and starts helping out. She's doing the dishes for all of us. We didn't even have to turn on the dishwasher. She just went in there and licked up everything clean. And we got a video here. It should be available on our social media and on our YouTube as well. So you guys can check out my cute little rat licking all the pasta sauce off of all the plates and just being adorable. And guys, if you have any more of your pets, we will definitely talk about them. We'll showcase them. We'll give them some spotlight. All that you need to do is send it to @881 the Burg or to either of our social medias @ShaneDog6 or @Noah Annette on Instagram. 88.1 The Burg, your music central. You're still in the burn with your boys, Shane Dog and Noah Annette. Noah, back to some more Corona talk here. I have had this gnarly beard growing on my face ever since the lockdown began. And have you been growing out any facial hair? You got a quarantine beard going on?
Of no desire to have a quarantine beard.
Why is that? I think you could rock one.
Because I don't need any more hair right now. I have so much hair on my head. I'm just miserable. So my mom's been trying to cut my hair for probably about since this thing started, and I'm just not gonna have you do this yet. I'm like, there might be a potential that at some point things start opening up again, like hair cutting places, and then if that happens, then I can get my hair cut. And yeah, it's just it's pretty long for me. It's not well kept right now. It's not good. It's long and not. I like my hair short and pretty tidy. I get my hair cut quite frequently is how I would put it. But you described your beard, Shane, as a neared.
Well, I have more of a beard on my neck than most of the rest of my face. So for any of you that don't know what a neared is a neck beard where you have more facial hair on the neck. So if I do a little one of these, you can see I got a lot of facial hair on the bottom half. I don't got a lot on the top. It's kind of like a mullet in a way. It's a little bit longer, kind of on the bottom and then the back. But up front and up top, it's all nice and tight. So it's
like a mullet, but it goes forward.
It's a mullet, but on
party on the bottom.
Yeah, it starts
business up top.
Yeah, it starts as looking really nice and clean, and as the farther you go down, the more and more you realize that I'm about to go bust out a dance move at a party. I'm about to dance with somebody's mom at a wedding. I'm about to do something crazy.
This underneath the neck area, that's the party zone. So we're gonna make sure this is very, very thick and fluffy, like my waffles.
Neck beards, the beards and facial hair for parties. But I think it's kind of a weird thing. Some people are taking this time to either grow out their hair, or a lot of people, like I said yesterday, they're doing the old hashtag tighten it up. Joko Willings, get the head shave. I've thought about shaving my head. Have you thought about shaving your head yet?
No, because I already know that I'm going to go bald in probably I don't know, the next 5 to 10 years, somewhere in there. That's my time frame, I think. And so if I keep my hair as long as I can, then I'm not going to be so disappointed when I need to go bald later on.
Oh, at least you're honest, Noah. I am not going to stand for the fact, because I think I'm going to go bald too. It's that they say that you get your hair from your mother's father. My grandpa, thank God, he is 88 or 89. I can't remember. He's up there. He still has a full head of hair, like a really great full head of hair, and has to go to the barber like once a month. Like, I'm hoping that I can keep that, because if I'm looking like my old man, it's going to be a rough couple years and a lot of Rogaine.
Well, the Annette and the Crowell sides of the family both suffer from severe baldness.
Bunch of bald eagles.
If we want to diagnose this, like every single like male person on either side pretty much is bald, except for my grandpa Jerry. I don't know how he still has hair, but he does.
Grandpa Jerry coming in with the full head of hair. I love the name Jerry. That's like one of my favorite names in the whole entire world. Shout out to all the Jerrys out there.
Yeah, he's my guy. He's a little bummed out that he can't get his coffee right now with his friends, but I think he needs to. Well, he actually knows how to Zoom. He does it for his Kiwanis Club meetings and stuff like that. He's like all big into that stuff. But I was like, maybe you should Zoom your pals and drink some coffee together. And he's like, it's not the same. We've been doing it for 50 years, or like, he's like way big into the coffee with his friends in the morning.
That's so cool. Have you went over and had any coffee with him?
No, I have no desire to meet with his friends. I go get lunch with him. That's kind of our thing. But I just, him and his friends kind of dynamic. That's not my deal. I did volunteer on his Christmas tree lot one time. So I met them, but that's as far as I need to get to meeting my grandfather's friends.
I feel that. Well, guys, we're going to be coming out with some more music and also opening this up for more people who want to participate. If you got a quarantine beard, send it in. We'll talk about it. We'll compare. I'll even challenge you maybe to a facial hair contest. Might even shave all mine off. I'm going crazy in here. Who knows? We're just all having a great time out here. Right, Noah?
Yes, we are, Shane. We're two wild and crazy guys.
Two guys just hanging out at the burn, just kicking back and having fun. 88 won the Burg, your Music Central. We are coming to the end of the backyard burn. The fire's getting low, and it's time to call in the dogs. And it's your boy Shane Dog here with Mr. Noah and Annette. Noah, it's been great talking to you today. What do you want the people to know?
Well, the coals are getting low, and the Masked Singer is still on my mind. So I'm going to be spending the rest of my night with my dad watching the Masked Singer. And, I mean, he's pretty into the person that's dressed up like a turtle, and I think we're going to be rooting for the turtle.
Shout out who's ever dressed up like the turtle. Now you're going to have me all intrigued and start watching this stuff. And I've got plenty of other stuff to do, trying to balance my life, trying to become a social media star and become an academic scholar, which has been rough these past couple weeks, especially with all these online classes, which we've talked about. But you know what? We're not the only one. And we know that there's plenty of you out there that you all are having your own personal struggles through this COVID-19 mess. And things are starting to look up in a lot of different ways. We're still in the heat of it all. But just a PSA, and just to let all of you all know, we all care about you. Please be safe. Wash your hands. Be nice to everybody. Practice social distancing. And have good intentions. Because we're going to hit you off with some more music. Remember, hit us up at 881TheBurg on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as hitting me up at ShaneDog6 on Instagram and Mr. Noah Annette at Noah_Annette.